everyone, and welcome to Mystic Moonstone's weekly angel card reading. The duration for this reading is the 14th of November through to the 21st. Okay, let's have a look and see what the angels have in store for us this week. It's in the woods today, and it's always lovely when you're in the woods at this time of year. So many lovely red leaves on the ground. Just gives you a really nice feeling being in the woods at this time of year. Okay, let's have a look. First card we have is Archangel Raziel, and it's a Divine Mystery card. This is always one of those cards that I like to see what comes with it before I start really answering it. Archangel Raziel, as you know, is the mystic of the angels, so he could be coming in as on a spiritual level, but he can also be coming in on a personal level if it's you needing to find a sign or acknowledge the signs going on, and sort of, you know, just to get that kind of guidance of where to go forward. So let's just have a look and see. Okay, and we have the card of peace. Okay, now when you look at this card, it's always like someone coming out from the dark, out from the coldness, and rising into the heat, into the warmth, into their passion, into the light. Okay. Orange is the colour that actually links with our sacral chakra. Get my teeth in. With our sacral chakra, and that is our seat of creativity and self-identity, and also passion. Okay, and sometimes we need to have that passion and that belief in ourselves in order to be able to go forward and to unleash our creativity. Okay, so it's sometimes when this card comes up, it can, especially when it's linked with a card like peace, it's about really acknowledgement of who you are, acknowledgement of what you want, what your desires are, and not being afraid to reconnect with your passion. Okay, let's have a look at midweek and see if we can get any more on that. I hate the dark mornings, and I really hate it when the nights start drawing in. I really love my sunshine, but the one thing I do love about these dark wintry times, I suppose, is the stillness of them. And you can light your candles and just relax and chill, you know. It's just such a simple pleasure, but it just brings such amazing satisfaction. We have Archangel Jeremiah, and we have the Awakening card. Okay. Once again, there's lovely orange on here. The green is symbolic of healing, of following your heart's desire, especially with her hand just over her heart. And the orange, once again, is about reconnecting with your passion. So you may find, especially as this is Archangel Jeremiah, that midweek you start to maybe go back to something. It may be a hobby or an interest or a career path, but you feel that urge to go back to revisit something from your past, because Archangel Jeremiah is the angel who helps us to reflect on our past and bring something in from the past into our present. Okay, let's have a look at our Infinite cards. Lots of lovely oranges in the cards this week, and it's funny because I was talking about the leaves, wasn't I, before? Okay, I just really felt drawn to that lovely orange and the golds and, you know, the colours that you see in the autumn leaves. Okay. And we have the angel of healing. Okay. The angels have felt your sadness and have shown up today to send you healing. Okay, so the awakening, the going back, the reflecting on the past, on a past situation, a past connection. As I said, it could be a hobby, it could be an interest, it could be something you haven't done for a while that you need to really sort of pick up and do again. What comes to mind for me is something like sketching or writing. For some of us it's cooking, you know, it's that interest that makes you feel alive, makes you connect in with your heart's desire. And, you know, sometimes for whatever reason life gets in the way, and the thing that makes us feel the most alive is the thing that we actually sacrifice and put to one side, and everything mundane kind of takes over. Okay, so sometimes, you know, what you need for in order to allow the healing to come in and that peace of mind on the inside is actually to do something that you actually really love doing. So, you know, as I said, you know, what came to my mind straight away was sketching. And, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, you don't have to be Picasso. Well, you might be Picasso, you know. But it doesn't matter what level you're at. It's actually just taking the enjoyment and actually just taking a pencil and putting something on page that just helps you to connect with your sacral chakra, okay, your seat of creativity, and the world around you. Once again, it may be writing, it could be poetry, it may be that you want to go out and take photographs of these wonderful autumn colours that are all around us. It may be that, you know, it's that time of year a lot of people like to sort of do more comfort cooking, cooking Christmas cakes, a little bit late for that I know, but you know, it's just doing all those things that kind of make you feel alive. You know, maybe you want to get everything ready, you know, fill your larder up for Christmas, and so it's all the home baking, the cinnamon cookies, hint hint, and that sort of thing. Okay, so let's have a look. I keep throwing out hints for cinnamon cookies, but I haven't had any yet. Okay, let's have a look. And we have Archangel Reggae and conflict resolution. I always say to people, when this card comes up, we automatically think that the conflict takes part outside of us. But really, you know, the conflict we have to get on top of is the conflict within us. And quite often conflict resolution is actually being at peace with yourself, which kind of links in with that first influence card. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's just get a last influence, and then I'll go around again and see if we can get something. Oh, this is an interesting one, slightly different. We have the angel of diet and nutrition. Pay attention to what you eat and drink. You intuitively know what is good for you. Now that's interesting because I'll come underneath the resolution, and quite often when it comes, if you hear any kind of weird bangs, we've still got fireworks going off. It's mad, isn't it? Okay, you know, quite often one of the biggest battles we have is with our diet. It doesn't matter. This isn't about weight gain, weight loss or anything else, you know, even though it may be for you, you know, but it's actually about that discipline we have within ourselves, you know. Quite often, I mean, you know, I'm always cracking jokes about cinnamon. I love cinnamon, but if I eat too much cinnamon, I get a sore mouth. And it's that kind of discipline not to, you know, when they buy me the big jars of cinnamon jelly beans, they go. And, you know, so there's this battle raging within me every time I'm looking at them. And I'm thinking, should I really have another one? Yes, yes, let's have another one. You know, so quite often, you know, when you have these two cards come up together, it can be an angelic kind of reminder that the conflict that's going on inside you is a conflict where your mind knows what's good for your body, but your body craves something else. It may be that you've got too much sugar, too much salt, you know, it can be all manner of things. It may be that you're not having enough of something, okay, and maybe the battle is to get water down you, you know, to get those fluids, to keep those fluids sort of flowing through you, because especially when it comes to these winter months, it's very, very easy, believe it or not, to dehydrate. Because in the summer we feel thirsty, we have our bottles of ice water around, it's cool to go around, you know, drinking our water all over the place. But come the winter, do you really feel like having a glass of water? You know, so unless you've got a cup of tea that's full of caffeine or whatever, you know, you tend to go without. You tend to have like soup at lunchtime and then think, oh, do I really want a cup of tea with that? You know, definitely don't want a glass of water. So, you know, so sometimes it's just a case of just being aware of what your personal battle is and just resolving that. Okay, so we're going to go to the beginning. I've got an interesting reading this week, I think. You know, you have Archangel. Can you hear those bangs? Oh. You can hear Archangel. Oh, you can hear. Yeah, the first card we have is Archangel Raziel, and it's a Divine Mystery card. So the Divine Mystery is often about actually acknowledging something that's going on deep within yourself. Okay, and with this card, if you look, it's almost like the dove, which symbolises love, and also symbolises peace, so it goes really well with that card. And It's the dove is rising into the passion, into the warmth, you know, out of the darkness, maybe from out of not knowing where you are, feeling a little bit lost. But if you look in that darkness, there's actually stars. Okay, so that's the essence of you. That's the essence of what makes you happy, what is at the core of you. Okay, so it's about really connecting with your self-identity, connecting with what makes you feel passionate. Okay, for some of you it may be running. You know, I know there's some of you on there who just love to run. You know, it may be dance. You know, it can be all different things. Okay, peace is having a sense of peace. Okay, and when you're doing something that you like doing, it doesn't matter how many bills you've got. It doesn't matter. I don't know if dreaded Aunt Agnes is coming to stay for a fortnight. It doesn't honestly matter. Because when you're doing something that you get lost in, something you get absorbed in, and you just kind of engross yourself in for that time, your mind doesn't know stress, okay? And you can just lose yourself. So, like I said, if you're one of these people, not me, but if you're one of these people who like to go out the door and run, in that time you feel peace. Once again, withdrawing, which I can understand, and writing, cooking, creating something, whatever it is that gives you that sense of peace, okay? Midweek, it may be that you need to look back, you need to reflect. So maybe you've kind of felt like, maybe you haven't got any interests. You know, I always feel sorry for people who have got no interests whatsoever, because I always think, where do they put their mind? You know, we have to have something. We have to have something other than TV, you know, other than books, other than, you know, because as much as I love books, that's somebody else's mind that you're engaging with. But to engage in something that's just you, something that's your creativity, your imagination, you know, and everybody has different skills, and it's just finding something that really totally absorbs you and makes you feel alive, okay? And then you have the card of healing here. So the angel of healing, the angels have felt your sadness and have shown up. And if you have got nothing else going on in your life and it feels like it's all drudgery and it's all work and it's all chores, then you will feel down and you will feel anxious, because, you know, it's human nature when we're bored. We start worrying about things and we start putting other things in, and, you know, it's almost like, you know, we all like a little bit of drama. It's just human nature, you know. So when you haven't got anything to actually occupy your mind, you know, I was brought up on the same, you know, about the devil and idle hands, okay, and it's true when you think about it. You know, when you're absorbed in something, you're thinking about something, you're focused on something. You know, that's why children get up to lots and lots of mischief when they're bored, okay, and that's why, you know, as adults we make sure that children don't get bored. We give them something to occupy themselves with, but we don't do it for ourselves. Okay, so, you know, it may be, you know, you may even find it's something as simple as really kind of re-engaging and doing something like meditation or yoga. You know, it's something that occupies you, something that impassions you. Okay, and as I said, because it's Archangel Jeremiah, you may find it's something that you've tried before, or you've done before, or you've thought about before. Maybe you might have to go right back to your childhood to find out what this is. Okay, we go to the end of the week. Conflict resolution, I feel that you will start to have an awareness of what you want, where you want to be by the end of the week. It may be, for some of you, that the conflict resolution will be quite literal. So if you've had a falling out with someone because of Archangel Jeremiah, it may be somebody from the past coming back into your life. Don't, you know, we should never forget that that can be the case when Archangel Jeremiah comes in. So it's quite literal, conflict resolution in that case, but I feel for a lot of you it's more inner conflict, and it's more that internal battle that we have. And, you know, let's face it, most of us in one way or another have a battle with diet. You know, every time I tuck into a bowl of crisp, I'm having an almighty row with myself that I shouldn't be having. I have so many arguments like on that level, you know. I mean, I am terrible when it comes to self-discipline. So, you know, it's that conflict, but it's actually resolving it and maybe seeing that maybe you may just need to balance things or bring in something else to counteract, you know, the harm of what you're doing. You know, if you are taking a lot of caffeine, you may feel that you want to have more fruit or more vitamin C, you know, something along those lines. Okay, so, and the last card is the Angel of Nutrition. It really kind of just gives us a direction to where that resolution is. Okay, pay attention to what you eat and drink. You intuitively know what is good for you. So that card isn't really saying cut something out. I feel it's more about focusing on what's right for you and bringing it in. Okay, like I said, the example I gave earlier was not drinking enough water. Bang bang, off we go. We're going to have a night of it. So, before the banging gets too much, I feel I've got to the end of this reading anyway. Thank you to everybody for supporting Mystic Moonstone. Oh, they're really going, aren't they? And love and light to you all. Bye.